Enforcement Directorate will be conducting an investigation into Aam Aadmi Party's claims about Arvind Kejriwal issuing his first direction from the federal agency's custody where no stationery is allowed. According to reports, Delhi Minister Atishi, who made the statement, will be questioned on the source of the purported order, and the claim will also be verified through CCTV footage. The ED will investigate to ascertain if these directions were in line with the Special Prevention of Money Laundering Act court order during Kejriwal's custody. On Sunday, Atishi read out the first order that was sent to her from Arvind Kejriwal, instructing her to solve the water and sewer related problems in some areas of the national capital. Kejriwal also suggested seeking the help of Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena if needed and expects that he will extend all assistance. The AAP convener has said that he will not resign from the chief ministerial post and will run the Delhi government from jail. The written note was reportedly handed over via his lawyer to the chief minister's office. The BJP, on the other hand, has now urged the LG to look into the issuing claim that the letter was forged. Kejriwal was, remember, arrested by the federal agency on the 21st of March in an excise policy-linked money laundering case and is under custody of the ED till the 28th of March. What does this now really mean for the future of Delhi? I take this conversation forward with Savvy Rodriguez, Advocate Vineet Jindal, also with us on the broadcast, Raj Lakshmi Joshi, and Akil Khan, political analyst, will also be joining us shortly now. I'm going to begin this conversation with Advocate Vineet Jindal. Advocate Jindal, what do you make now of this note war that has begun? Because Arvind Kejriwal, when he was being taken away by the Enforcement Directorate, had in fact promised that A, I will not step down, and B, I will continue to govern the people of Delhi to the best of my capability from the custody of the Enforcement Directorate. 24 hours after that, Atishi Singh, his minister, comes out, says that I have been handed over a note by Mr. Kejriwal talking about the water crisis in Delhi. And of course, several other things that she mentioned about his dedication to the nation, to serve the nation. The Enforcement Directorate now wanting to have a look at this note. As far as the legality of it is concerned, really, is it absolutely impossible for an Arvind Kejriwal to pass on a note while he's in the ED custody?
No, Devika, this is not impossible. The problem is there is no law that who can stop Arvind Kejriwal from issuing any order from behind the bar or in the custody. But the problem here is any order, as alleged by Atishi, that some order has been passed by Arvind Kejriwal, that order should be given to by the Arvind Kejriwal to the appropriate person only after taking prior permission from the court or the investigation agency. But in this scenario, the way Atishi told the press release that one order has been handed over to her, says that it is issued by Arvind Kejriwal. That is impossible because that letter has been typed, that letter has been signed. He is in custody, and I don't think that ED has provided any kind of typing facility to Arvind Kejriwal to dictate an order and pass it on to the other party. And more importantly, he is not in judicial custody. He is in interrogative custody, that custody which is given for a specific purpose of investigation. In this situation, the person who is in investigation, he is very much restrained from communicating outside world. So this is really if such kind of order has been issued or passed by the Arvind Kejriwal, that is also a violation of his custody. So there is a problem, there is a legality,
okay.
Legal issues are there. I don't think it is an appropriate order, basically, and it is a violation. If it is passed, that is a violation of the that is illegal and a violation of the custody which is provided to Arvind Kejriwal.
But Mr. Jindal, do you think that then Arvind Kejriwal has gone ahead and done this on his own accord, or perhaps he did seek some sort of legal guidance? His lawyers, perhaps he must have asked, can I pass on a note to my minister? And his lawyers perhaps said, yes, there is no law that is barring you from passing on any sort of a note.
Yes, definitely. But the problem here is even a note or a communication on behalf of Arvind Kejriwal cannot be passed it on some other person. you cannot. It is not only about this order. It is also about then he can also pass it on or taken any kind of information from outside world.
Right,
So
exactly.
this is against the custody which is given by the ED code to ED for investigation. So the purpose of investigation has been defeated by this act. Arvind Kejriwal himself defeat the purpose of investigation, and if it is done by Arvind Kejriwal, that is a problem. That is the problem which will be faced by Arvind Kejriwal on when he is again produced by before the ED court.
Okay, so Raj Lakshmi Joshi, bring you into the conversation. First, an Arvind Kejriwal refuses to present himself when the summons are issued. That in itself becomes grounds for his arrest. Then the court, of course, allows the enforcement director to go ahead. Now we see once again an Arvind Kejriwal purportedly supplying some sort of information to his minister from inside ED custody, which, as the advocate explained, that it's not totally illegal, but yes, then it somewhere defeats the purpose of the investigation itself if he is continued or allowed to have some sort of communication with other leaders. Do you somewhere then feel that Arvind Kejriwal is perhaps not receiving the best suggestions and ideas at this point in time on how he now needs to proceed with the investigation going forward? Because it seems as though it is as though one is flouting one rule after another.
Good evening, Devika, and very firstly, a very happy Holi to you and to all your viewers. And this topic, actually, I was on your channel yesterday also discussing the same topic. Actually, yesterday the topic was slightly different, but it did involve this discussion about this particular note in question. When I had raised questions about how this note could have been passed on to Atishi Marlena, and how even that letter that Mrs. Sunita Kejriwal also read out, saying that at least about that letter I could say that yes, I think that she is allowed to meet Mr. Arvind Kejriwal in the presence of a lawyer, and at least that I could understand. But then when it comes to an official letter from the chief minister, that is something that is of a very serious it is definitely something that will come under the purview of a lot of things. See, apparently, as per the law, even there is a restriction about how many meetings a person can have also. So, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal can supposedly conduct only 2 meetings per week. So, he cannot have these kind of discussions or consultations with anybody about any of these issues. Definitely, it beats me how he could have passed on this note with or without the knowledge of the ED. Because if it is with their knowledge also, then it beats the confidentiality. And if it is without their knowledge, then it is a different issue altogether. That he is not supposed to be passing on information like that of any sort.
Right.
No stationery, nothing of that sort to anybody. So that, on all grounds, it seems very fishy. And it also seems to me, it appears to me that probably he might have given these kind of instructions even before going to the jail, before going into custody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because this, very, very frankly, Devika,
it's absolutely, yes, you're right, Rajashmi. It's an absolute possibility, right? That because the Aam Aadmi Party has been saying for a very long time that Arvind Kejriwal will be arrested, it's now going to happen any day that the agency will come and arrest him. It's possible that they were entirely prepared for the day to come, and maybe now they're also just messing around with the agency.
Yes, and another thing is that the solution that he has given is not something out of this world, is not something out of the box, that he is saying that something, he has come up with an amazing solution. He is talking about providing tankers. So, and surprisingly, the tanker services, the water tanker services, they were actually up in arms against the chief minister and even the against the water ministry, because the Delhi Jal Board has not been giving them payments. There has been a lot of problems there. So even Mr. Kejriwal was given summons by the ED with regard to some irregularities in the Delhi Jal Board, and he has not addressed that as well. So now
Right.
the solution that he has given about the water tankers, that sounds absolutely ridiculous. And to add to it, something that he has not addressed while he was outside, he is, he is now pretending to be caring for the people of Delhi, and he is giving these kind of silly solutions
Okay.
when he is inside the jail. So I mean, that is something that is, it doesn't add up. All of these things don't add up, Devika.
Okay, all right. Vineet Jindal, just quickly bring you back into the conversation. Isn't Arvind Kejriwal then, with the permission of the Enforcement Directorate or keeping the Enforcement Directorate in loop, allowed to make any sort of communications? It could be with his family, it could be with certain leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party. Is that permitted if he were to keep the Enforcement Directorate entirely in loop, and the Enforcement Directorate can read the exact paper that's coming out?
No, it cannot be possible because the interrogation custody has been given to ED with the specific provisions, specific direction has been passed by the court. Only two persons, his advocate and his wife, can meet him. But there is no such kind of direction to pass on any kind of information. Look, during investigation, be it an individual or a CM, the law is same for all. So it is also applicable on Arvind Kejriwal. If he's CM of Delhi, he cannot pass any kind of direction, any kind of communication outside the world, and ED also doesn't have a power to allow him to provide any kind of direction or information outside.
Okay,
because
all right.
Without court order or direction, they cannot do anything.
Okay, all right. Akil Khan, then isn't Arvind Kejriwal at this point in time coming across as a person who really cares for the national capital? Or is he now seeming like a person who's flouting one rule after another?
You see, Devika, you have to see in a greater context. You see, Arvind Kejriwal has shown his sentiments about the Delhi people. It is not a miss if you are thinking about the legality and what not, what should be done, then this total arrest is illegal. Arrest is not the right thing. We must discuss about the greater interest of the society, what's going on by the this Modi Sarkar, what they are doing. You see,
Mr. Akil Khan, Mr. Akil Khan, if a common man, a common person like you and I are issued a summon by the Enforcement Directorate, not once, not twice, but 9 times, I don't think we would ever be in that position. So my basic question is that when Arvind Kejriwal, literally the party is called Aam Aadmi Party, is this then the behavior of someone who wants to be the leader of the common person? You have first flouted the directions of the Enforcement Directorate as far as the summons are concerned. And of course, there was legal backing to it. There was a full team of lawyers that was working on it. I'm sure that there was some legal support that was taken to not go to those summons. Fine, fair enough. But as far as now this particular instance is concerned, my simple question is, if none of us have these rights, if we are under custody, then why would an Arvind Kejriwal, even if, like I said, this could be pre-planned entirely, that a paper was signed before he went in, and Atishi Singh comes out and says that, okay, this was handed over after he's gone in. We don't know the details of how they've managed to do this. But if everybody is saying that this is, no, let me complete. If everyone's saying that this is not legal at this point in time, then why do it?
Devika, you see, you must think and analyze. You are a very internationally reputed channel, and we have seen all over the world the countries are reacting. Germany reacted, and so many other people are reacting against this arrest itself. You see, when the arrest itself is illegal, 9 summons they are sending for nothing because the PMLA is under doubt.
But Mr. Akil Khan, if we keep calling the arrest illegal, then you're questioning the judgment of the court. You are questioning the judgment of the court. I haven't even gone to the BJP spokesperson yet. I have not gone to the BJP spokesperson yet.
Let me finish. I have to answer all those queries which I am seeing people are discussing. Let me finish all those things, then you can interfere after that.
No, Mr.
You see, I
Khan,
would say
no, Mr. Akil Khan, I have to.
Modi Sarkar is
You
a
are
Modi.
calling
Modi
the
ji
arrest
is a
illegal. You are
dictator.
calling the arrest
Modi
illegal.
ji is a dictator.
The
He is
arrest
dictating
has
and
been
destroying
okayed by the
our
court.
constitution.
The
Those
custody
who are
has been
destroying
given
the
by the
constitution,
court.
sitting at the prime minister position, they must be questioned first what they are doing, why they are doing.
Who is stopping? But nobody is stopping anyone from questioning the government.
This is
Please.
a clerical question. Clerical question. ED
No,
knows
no, no.
this. ED knows very well.
Every
ED knows this very well.
the
That this
Aam
has been
Aadmi
given.
Party and
what
others
is the
can
problem?
approach the court against the government.
What kind of destruction is taken place because of this letter? Tell me what happened. We are discussing the things which is trivial. We must discuss the thing which is major, which is more
Mr.
important
Akil
to
Khan,
the
but
country.
if you want to discuss things that are major, is the Aam Aadmi Party then allowing you to do that? They are the one who sent out this note. They have made it about the note, not us.
You see, you are concentrating, focusing on a tribal issue, very small thing. The big thing is the country is against all this arrest, and you see all the newspaper of India, the good Hindu newspaper, they are telling prophet of probity to Arvind Kejriwal.
Okay.
Prophet of probity. He is the most
Okay, Mr. Akil Khan, 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 please, Mr. Akil Khan, the court has okayed Arvind Kejriwal's custody. What are you saying? What are you saying? That it's illegal. Are you now questioning the court?
Totally wrong, totally illegal, totally incorrect according to the Constitution of India. This PMLA is against our this constitutional norm. This is a draconian law.
Okay.
It is being discussed in Supreme Court also. And I am telling you, Supreme Court advocate, the person who was secretary in the Supreme Court Council.
Okay,
he
okay,
said
all right.
Mr. Ashok Arora in USA that
Okay,
people are laughing
okay,
at India.
okay. Basic point is okay. Basic point is that the Aam Aadmi Party is the one who's made it about this note, not us. They're the ones who've sent out this note. Savio Rodriguez, no, I'm speaking to Savio now.
Corrupt government is
Savio, coming to you. Savio, coming to you next. Please mute Mr. Akil Khan. Please mute Mr. Akil Khan now. I need to come to the other guest as well. I've given Mr. Akil Khan almost 10 minutes to explain his point. Savio, why is it at this point in time when the ED has now been granted custody, the court has okayed it, the matter has now reached the courts, has reached the steps of the judiciary, why is it that the BJP now continues to, in a way, urge the Lieutenant Governor to look into claims? Why is the BJP saying that the letter is forged, the LG must look into it? Why not let the courts now take over the matter and handle it? Let the agencies go ahead and continue the probe.
Devika, let me make a few points that my panelist, Mr. Akil Khan from the AAP, was talking about the virtue of Arvind Kejriwal. So let me just give you some data, all right? This is the ED submission that went into court. Now, 45 crores was allegedly distributed in Goa for the elections. Let me tell you the places where they came from. 12 crore came from Ashok Chandu Bhai. 7.1 crore came from Devang Solanki of KS Enterprise. 16 crores came from Kirti Amba Lal. 7.5 crore came from a company called Neelkant. And 2 crores came from Ma Ambe. Now, the IT department in Goa had caught an Angadia worker operator by the name of R. Kantilal during the course of the investigation. Now, if you add up all this, it works out to roughly 45 crores, 0.60 lakhs, which is roughly, according to the Angadwadi worker, was about 45 crores of money that was distributed in the Goa election. That's point number one. Point number two, the SFJ leader who has been threatening India on the Khalistan movement has released a video on social media today, and he said he's given $16.70 million to Arvind Kejriwal to release a dreaded Khalistani terrorist who has been arrested and who's in jail, Mr. Bullock by the name. That is Arvind Kejriwal for you.
Okay.
Now, coming back to the third point, which is about other countries raising issues of Arvind Kejriwal's arrest. Personally, as an Indian, I really don't give a damn what the other countries think because it's my law.
Okay.
It is the court that has decided that Arvind Kejriwal deserves to go into interrogation and custody.
Okay.
But the fourth most important point, Devika, which the country needs to know, is that everything Arvind Kejriwal said he would not stand for is exactly what he is doing.
Okay, okay.
He stood against corruption. He was a face
All
of
right,
corruption.
but okay,
And today, he is the face of
okay,
corruption.
Okay, I've heard your point, but please, my question still remains that if the courts have taken over, if the agencies have now taken over, when the BJP then continues to make suggestions that please look into this, please look into that, you also look into this, you'll come into this, making suggestions to the
Devika,
LG what is to be done.
understand.
Does this then
Please
not
understand.
does this then not make it look like political vendetta?
No, it's not. Please understand that if there is a note of this value gone out while in custody, it has to be questioned because how many such notes would go out? Would there be a tampering of evidence happening through notes that we are not aware of?
But are we then saying that the enforcement directorate is not capable of making those decisions on what has to be now done next with the note that has gone out?
I think as a political party, it is our right to raise issues of concern and for the court and the enforcement directorate to act on our concerns. I don't think there's anything wrong in that.
Okay.
Please tell me, how did that note get out?
Okay, Rajlakshmi Joshi.
She herself said she got the note from Arvind Kejriwal. How did it get out?
Okay, Rajlakshmi Joshi wants to make a point.
Devika, it is the duty and the role of the opposition to point out any issues that may be detrimental to the interest of the state. And, just let me remind you that in Delhi, it is the BJP who is in the opposition. And so they have to pull up whatever might look wrong to, whatever is happening with the ruling party in Delhi. So that is exactly why, even see, if you look at it, the Congress has claimed that they were the ones who had pointed out to the AD, and that is the reason why the entire Aam Aadmi Party leaders are today in custody. They're in jail, and Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is in custody only apparently because of the Congress, which is again another opposition party. So even the BJP has to keep pulling up all these issues. So if there is something going wrong, if there is something that has maybe the ED might have overlooked, or something that the Aam Aadmi Party is claiming, so obviously the BJP is not going to sit quiet. So they will definitely, and especially now since it is election season also, I don't think that any political party will be stupid to lose any such points. So that is the reason why the BJP is bringing out all these issues right into the open, showing the public exactly how the Aam Aadmi Party is misinforming the people of Delhi. He is, like I told you earlier, the Chief Minister, he is claiming that he has the interests of the people of Delhi at heart, whereas he has not looked into all these issues while he was actually the Chief Minister and he was outside. He was not in custody at that time. At that time, he did not look into any of these interests, and now he's only pretending to look into them. So that is exactly why the BJP also needs to put it out, saying that this is not exactly the truth.
Okay, I leave the last.
Madam, what about murdering the democracy? What about murdering the democracy?
Who is murdering the democracy?
Clearly, it's a writing on the walls. Pradhan Mantri, Modi, Mosha gang is murdering democracy. Not now, since 10 years they are murdering the democracy. They are murdering all over the world. People are
Okay, Mr. Akil Khan, I was in fact going to leave the last word with you, but I really don't appreciate the flow of the discussion being disrupted this way, sir. We have to understand that there are viewers watching do not appreciate this. Viewers watching do not appreciate this.
We cannot remember all those points. We have to reply.
No, I'm sorry. That's not how it works. That's not how it
Tell
works.
us what happened
Therefore,
to the $7 million.
that is not how it works, sir. I posed the
I
question.
want to add.
I posed the question. I'm going to now leave the last word with Vineet Jindal.
Devika, I just heard this AAP leader, Mr. Akil. He is not able to answer even a specific question what you are asking for. What he is saying that Mr. Modi is murdering the Indian constitution.
I don't answer.
I'll just, please listen first, please. This custody has been given by the court. Supreme Court has declined take any action. Delhi High Court has declined take any action. And again, what they are doing, they are saying that this is all is a political vendetta, and BJP is doing it. Please leave all these things.
BJP is pressing judiciary.
This is just because of Aam Aadmi Party
Mr.
and
Keel
Arvind
Khan.
Kejriwal who is doing this illegal act, and that's why they are behind the bars. Why they are not following the law? Why you are not you are not supporting or cooperate with the ED when ED is asking you to come and join the investigation? You are giving the right to ED to arrest him, and now what you are saying, you are trying to take sympathy from the public that okay, this is all BJP game plan. This is not like that. ED has a right when investigation agency is repeatedly calling you, you are not going there. ED has a right. Delhi High Court has declined to give any kind of protection to you. Supreme Court declined.
ED is acting as a puppet.
What you are saying, you are not able to give even one answer on a legal aspect.
Okay.
What you are saying,
All right.
this is all propaganda, nothing else.
Okay, that's all the time that I have. I thank all of our panelists for joining us on the broadcast to take this discussion forward. Of course, Arvind Kejriwal's custody under the Enforcement Directorate comes to an end on the 28th of March, where a fresh appeal will be filed before the courts, and it remains to be seen what really will happen on that day.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.